Hi, it's Michelle from Unicorn and Centaur. I just got to the barn. Today is a barn vlog. Come get ready to ride with me and I will tell you 10 random things about me. So today's video was inspired by Amelia of Dressage TV. She is a professional dressage rider and I've been obsessed with her channel lately. She's been inspiring me to do more than just riding out on the trails. So thank you. I will link to her channel at the end of this video. So Amelia did 10 random things about her in her latest video. So that's what today's barn vlog is. 10 random things about me. So hang on, let me get my drinks in the fridge. And then I'm gonna go to the bathroom and we'll get started on number 1. Hi. This is the part in the editing process where I pop into the video to inform you that the footage of me going to the bathroom has been lost. I'm not kidding. I actually shot some in the bathroom, in the tack room, and while I was explaining number 1 on the list of random things I thought people should know about me, and the number 1 was that I was a military brat. When I was a child, my dad was in the Air Force. We moved all over the place as a child. So even though I have a big Southern family and I have roots here in the South, I spent my childhood traveling all over the world, and I would love to have explained that to you while I was out at the barn this morning, but I must have deleted the video I took. It wasn't a video of me using the bathroom or anything, though. So, there you go. This is me at home in the home studio doing number 1 instead. I'm not doing number 1. Oh my god, that sounded terrible. After I go to the bathroom, the next thing I do is gather my grooming gear. So the second thing we do is grab our stuff. Let me see if I can get to where, there we go. I don't have like a tack shed. My tack and my grooming boxes are all sort of in an empty stall with some of the other boarders. This is not my barn. I am a boarder here like these other folks. So we're about to gather my grooming equipment. That is my step 2. So the second thing that random thing that you might not know about me is that I have been riding since 1974 when I was negative 10 years old. Haha. Now, I mean, I was like 2 years old and they weren't like, I wasn't show jumping. Okay, I'm not eventing or anything like that. It was pony rides. Like, my dad was stationed in the Philippines and they had pony rides in this area, and my mom would said that was all I ever wanted to do. And then about 4 or 5 started lessons. My childhood was filled with Western riding lessons and renting horses, like back in the 70s and the 80s when you could rent horses and just ride around on them. No helmets ever, of course. So that was step 2. I got what I need to groom Weasley, and you learned that I've been riding horses since 1974. Pony rides at first, then lessons, Western lessons. Then when I was a teenager, I started dressage lessons. And when I was an adult, I started doing hunter jumpers. I know that's opposite. Most people start doing jumping when they're kids and then go to dressage when they're grown-ups, but I'm weird. I think we've established this already. All right, on to number 3. The next thing that I do is get my tack, saddle and bridle. So while I do that, I will tell you the number 3 random thing you might not know about me. Number 3 is I have only been in 1 horse show ever. Now, I've had lessons my whole life, but I've never done horse shows. So while I get my tack out, I will tell you the story of the 1 horse show that I ever did. I was about 30, and it was a schooling show at the barn that I worked at. I worked and did horses and stuff for here. Here's Weasley's saddle pad. Here's Weasley's bridle. So I'll get his bridle and saddle pad first. So it was a schooling show, which means it's like no big deal. It's, you know, kids that take lessons and stuff. And so, but there was like, there's adult classes that happen. So I'm picturing myself, you know, up against other adult riders. So I signed up for the horse show, and because I had never been to a horse show before, I had to sign up for the category of 5 or fewer, that I had been a beginner, like I had been to 5 or fewer shows. Well, the problem with that is I was the only adult with that classification. So as I rode my horse, first of all, I was riding the dippiest horse out there. His name was Big Man, and he was the ugliest horse you've ever seen in your entire life. So it was Dippy me and Dippy Big Man. Grab my dressage saddle now. Dippy me and Dippy Big Man, and we're trotting out into the arena when it's announced that it's time, and here we go. And then there's like 5 or 6 other girls, and I'm like, gosh, they look small. So I look around, and these girls are all like 6, 7, 8 years old. I am the only grown up here. This is insane. There's nowhere to go now. I'm like in the middle. There's people outside, moms and dads watching and everything. And here's this 30-something-year-old woman surrounded by 7-year-olds. So there was nothing else for me to do but to do the walk and the trot and to do what the judges asked and to line up. And I won a blue ribbon. I won a blue ribbon. Actually, I think I won 2 of them that day. And there were little girls in tears. That's the story of the day I crushed the blue ribbon dreams of first graders. So, long story short, I don't do horse shows. Okay, so we've gotten our tack, and now we are going out to the paddock to get our horse, who today is Weasley. As we're walking out to the paddock, I will tell you the next random thing about me that you may or may not know. And that is that I have a Bachelor of Fine Arts in theater, and that is theater with an R-E. Thank you very much. I went to several different colleges. I transferred a couple times, ended up graduating from a college in Texas, Midwestern State University in Wichita Falls, Texas. So yeah, here we are out at the paddock, and that was the next thing you need to know about me, is that I'm a theater nerd. And speaking of nerds, that brings us to the next thing. So the next random thing that you may not know about me is that I am a giant nerd. Everybody wants to do videos today, oh my goodness. And we have now attracted the attention of the Weaselbee. Hi, Weasley. Is it your turn? We're talking about being a nerd. We're talking about the fact that I'm a nerd, and here I am with my horses, Artax and Weasley. If those aren't the nerdiest horse names, then I don't know what are. So let's see. There's some nerd stuff I'm not into. Like, I don't play D&D, and I'm not into like all the nerd shows. I'm not big into superheroes. I love Doctor Who. I love Star Trek and Star Wars. I love anything fantasy and unicorns, of course. Like any of those cheesy old 80s movies, like Legend and like The Neverending Story, of course. Any stuff like that. I just loved it. So yes, I'm a big old nerdy nerd. And if you're a nerd too, drop a comment. Let me know what's your favorite nerddom. Okay, we're walking back from the gate, and the next interesting thing that you should know about me is that I homeschool my son. That's my son, Liam. He's on gate duty today. So homeschooling, it's something that we've done our whole lives, actually. It was something that we were always interested in doing, my husband and I. And it's not like we have a strict curriculum that we sit down like at 9 o'clock in the morning. Oh, it's time for school, everyone, and we do our schoolwork. He does get tested so that we can make sure. Let's get him in the background since we're talking about him. We do have him tested since we want to make sure that he is performing up to grade level with his peers who are not homeschooled. So it's just something that works for us in our lifestyle. Sometimes Liam comes out here with me to the barn. Sometimes he's with his dad. Sometimes he's on a play date. Sometimes he's on a field trip. But he reads every day. He writes every day. He does math. All right, you guys. I think we're on to the next thing. We are back in the barn. I am grooming Weasley. And the next random thing about me that you might not know is that I am a cat person. I mean, obviously I'm a horse person. First and foremost, I am a horse person. However, cats are my jam. I have 4 of them. And if my family didn't intervene, I would honestly be one of those crazy cat lady people that just had them everywhere. Hi baby. This is a pile of stuff that's going to Goodwill. And this is my cat Loki. Hi buddy. He's my baby. He's my buddy. You're a mess. You're so mess. He's my buddy. Yes you are. That's Loki. And here's Odin. Hi buddy. Hi. And there's my bear with Cherry. Hi, sweetheart. Hi, darling. Oh my goodness. So I am a cat person. So yeah, after horses, it's cats all the way. And now we are on to brushing Weasley. And the next random thing about me, what are we on now? I don't even know. It's like number 8, maybe, I think. But I am obsessed with the Golden Girls. The TV show The Golden Girls, and I've been obsessed with it since the late 80s when it was on. When I told y'all I was a military brat, when my dad was stationed in Germany in the late 80s, when the show was on, we had one English speaking TV station, and The Golden Girls was one of the shows on it. So I watched it over and over and over again. I got obsessed with it and just loved it over the years. A couple of years ago, I found out that the internet also has a Golden Girls obsession, which I love. I'm in love with everything Golden Girls. You can give me a quote and I could probably name the episode and the season and the subplot and the guest stars. Oh my gosh. Okay, this is number 9 of 10 random things that you may or may not know about me. And that is that I have a black belt in Taekwondo. I practice, my whole family, my son and my husband, practice at Savannah Taekwondo Academy, which is a World Taekwondo Federation school. And it took a couple years of hard work, but it's fun, and I'm just putting that in there because I like to say it. I have a black belt. And we come to the final thing of the 10 random things about me, and that is that I have depression and anxiety. And I put this on the list here because I know there are millions of us out there. So if you struggle with it sometimes like I do, just know that there is hope. You can do it. Hang on. We got this. And Weasley's like going to take a nap now. Anyway, I'm about to tack up and put my saddle on. Thank you guys for tuning in to 10 random things about me. Leave a comment below. Subscribe to the channel. I upload Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays. No, Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Sundays. I upload new content Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Sundays. So stay tuned for fresh videos all the time. Subscribe. You know you wanna. I'm gonna go for a ride.